In this video, I'm going to go over exactly how I used LinkedIn and specifically lead magnets to get 20,000 plus followers very fast, starting from zero, no connections, no followers, no engagement pod. And after working on this account for only a few months, I'm already at 23,000 followers, over 10,000 connections. But it's not just vanity metrics, it's not just followers. We've used it to scale B2B offers across every single industry and actually generate revenue. As you can see here, an outreach tool scaled to $48,000 in USD in MRR in only like 5 months. We scaled a GPT wrapper to 11.5K a month in 70 days. We scaled also a high ticket lead gen service to $30,000 a month. So it's proven to work. It works across any industry, any offer. We've done this with many, many more companies, and it all uses a fast, effective, and easy to replicate strategy, which I'm literally just going to reveal to you in this video. It revolves around one thing, right? If you didn't get it already, it's lead magnets. And you've probably seen these all over your feed, but here's some examples. So number one, this is an example from Kyle Hunt, which got about 3,900 comments. Essentially, he's giving away this resource, a Notion document, and everyone's commenting to receive the resource. And what you do is you then send the resource. So what happens is all of these people commenting, they also go to your profile to connect with you and to follow you and to message you. And they end up going to your website, they end up going to your funnel, and obviously they end up becoming a customer eventually. So as you can see, another example, I basically made a post which got 2,000 comments, 196,000 impressions, drove a lot of revenue for us as well. And then here, another of my clients who got 1.4K comments, his first ever post that we made for him, 1.4K comments, which is pretty absurd for LinkedIn standards. Now, it revolves around 3 key pillars. It's actually pretty simple, but I'm going to get into the nitty-gritty. I'm going to break it down. Basically, pillar number 1 is a valuable resource. Pillar number 2 is a giveaway post. Pillar number 3 is the preview media. So let's get into pillar number 1 first. It's the valuable resource. There's 5 key steps when it comes to creating a valuable resource for lead magnets specifically. So specifically, step 1, we want to pick a format. I would recommend either a Notion document, either a Miro board you're giving away, or a video. These are just the 3 most trending ones. Like, you're going to see this video is going to be turned into a lead magnet on X and on LinkedIn. You can literally create videos on YouTube, repurpose them as lead magnets. You can also make like private videos. But essentially, this is the format. It's just very important that you have a format that's easy to consume, easy to understand, and well organized as well. And also, it tends to go hand in hand with the preview media, which is like the image that you attach to the post. But I'm going to get into that at the end. It's the 3rd pillar. So step 2 is we want to pick a title. So for example, the ultimate DM blueprint, or if we look above again, here, for example, the title was 500K a month agency operations. Here, the title was the $1 million LLM SEO playbook. We basically want to come up with a very simple title. Like, I want to stress, this doesn't matter too much, but essentially just needs to be something which indicates high value resource. It needs to also be related to what's actually in the resource. So for example, if I was making something where we're giving away all of the source on just Twitter DMs and Twitter outreach, ultimate Twitter DM blueprint, very simple, but it encompasses the whole premise of the resource. I wouldn't make it more than 4 words. We want it to be easy to understand, easy to read, and short, snappy, relevant to what you're giving away. Step 3 is create these sections within your resource. So again, if you look at this example, this had 9 different sections. We just called them phases in this case. But essentially, we would give away script templates, we'd give away an automation setup, we would give away profile optimization. These are all like examples of what could be in your resource if it was a Twitter DM blueprint. You know, if it's, for example, this video, I'm going to basically break down, I'm going to come up with 6 different key points that I cover in this video, bullet points, and then I'm going to say, hey, here's what the video goes over. Number 1, creating a valuable resource. Number 2, making the post. Number 3, the preview media. And then all the other things I'm going to break down in this video. So the goal with this is, again, just to kind of outline each different topic that's covered in a resource. Because if we're doing a big resource, like a big blueprint or a big document, it's likely that there's going to be stuff that's kind of all over the place. And to be honest with you, people aren't just interested in one thing. They're usually interested in multiple, but specific ones. Like, maybe they're interested in the script templates and the automation setup, but they're not interested in the profile optimization. Or the other way around. Maybe they only care about the profile optimization, but they don't care about the other 2. So by doing it this way, we're essentially able to capture a larger interest of the audience, because it's more likely that they want the resource. Step 4 is pretty obvious, but you just need to write the actual sections. So use images, use different headings. Essentially, the whole goal with this, make it easy to read, make it easy to consume, but also like make it super valuable. Like, don't be afraid to give out your best stuff for free. To be honest with you, most people don't even check the resource. They just want to save it for later, or they just forget about it. So to be honest with you, make it as valuable as possible. And the people that do see that, they're gonna have a massive amount of trust built with you, because they've seen what you're giving away for free, and they're gonna think, damn, this guy's paid stuff is gonna be amazing. It's just very simple, right? And it works super well. So step 5 is to add call to actions. Now, this is just more of a conversion mechanism. So for example, I would add on the Notion document something which says, at the bottom, maybe something which says, book a call with us if you want us to set this up for you. So if I was breaking down like the Twitter DM blueprint on how they could do it, then I could be like, hey, if you guys want to skip all that and just want me to set it up for you, just book a call with us. Here's the link. That's pretty much everything when it comes to making a valuable resource. I would just say, like, if you don't know where to start, look at what competitors have done in your industry. That's the easiest way to know what's working. And also just work out what are the key problems that my ICP is having, and how can I solve them, or at least partially solve them, or help them get closer to solving them in a resource. So pillar 2 is going to be the giveaway post. So here's an example post with 3,200 comments, 300,000 plus impressions. We did write this post. This was one of our clients. I'm going to explain what made this post go super viral, and I'm going to kind of break down a bit of actually the psychology behind it. First of all, the whole goal with lead magnets is essentially focusing on building as much perceived value and as much fear of missing out as possible. The thing about lead magnets, right, is that nobody actually gets value from your resource until they receive it. So that you essentially have to convince them before they've even seen the resource that it's going to be worth it. So we need to do that by building up the perceived value to the point where they're like, oh yeah, this is worth a LinkedIn comment. Like and you need to make it as low friction as possible and make it seem like the most fair trade-off possible. So a really good way is talking about the dream outcome for your prospects. So obviously if you're selling lead gen and you have a resource related to lead gen, talking about, hey, you booked this many meetings, you generated this much revenue, generated this many leads. These are all dream outcomes that play on the desire of the prospect and the people reading this, which is going to align with what you sell as well. So you're going to be attracting your ICP at the same time. Here, the way we've kind of done it is the whole premise of why this post did so well is generally the resource concept. We're giving away something new, and we're playing on the fact of just AI, because AI is doing super well right now. Essentially, if you just can mention AI in any of your lead magnets, I would, because AI is just obviously trending right now. And specifically on LinkedIn, it's a little bit behind the other platforms. So AI is still very much at its peak. I think it is still on the other platforms, but even more at its peak that it is on LinkedIn. So anything new, anything that seems fast, anything that seems easy, or anything that seems big. These are like 4 types of different promises you can make. But basically by positioning it as an AI SDR where there was no templates, there was no manual messages, there was no human intervention, like it was completely hands off, it was completely easy, and it was fast because we were talking about 30 days. Like it's essentially making it seem like the ultimate solution to these prospects' problem. And by the way, in this case, we were selling a software, which is the AI SDR. We were just simply giving away a free plan to it where they get access to it for free. But obviously, if they want to eventually continue using it, they have to pay. So once again, we just go even deeper into the results. So 1,900 personalized conversations, 230 qualified responses, 72 sales meetings, all while working 24/7. This is just a very simple value prop, essentially explaining what the resource has achieved. You can use this whether you're doing the software, whether you're doing the document, just talk about what results you can achieve with the resource. If you don't want to mention specific numbers, instead, just remove the specific numbers. Be like, this resource will help you manage personalized conversations, generate qualified responses, and book sales meetings. You're still playing on the desire. It's not going to be as effective because it's not real specific results, but it's going to get the job done. So that works better if you don't have case studies or if you're just starting out. Here, we essentially just go even deeper onto the benefits of the resource of the software. It writes like a human SDR. It performs like an entire sales team. We're comparing our resource to things which would cost a lot more. And again, we contrast it by literally mentioning, and it costs pretty much nothing to manage. You can do this again with a document as well. You can say, like, this is literally what people pay me tens of thousands to teach them. Or this is literally what Alex Hormozi pay, or this is literally what people pay Alex Hormozi $20,000 to teach them. So by comparing it to other things which are higher value and just higher value and also just more expensive, you're essentially going to increase the perceived value of the resource in turn. And you want to make it seem as easy as possible. Ideally, this is true as well. Like, we want to be ethical at the same time. So the wildest part, you can launch your own in under 15 minutes, talk about how fast they can see results. And you want to essentially try and group people. What I mean by that is you kind of want to call them out. So here we mentioned 3 different common ICPs that are pretty broad for the software. So it's pretty likely that the people reading this do fit into one of these 3. And to be honest, if they don't, they're probably just not even our ICP. So we don't even waste our time. So number 1 is going to be sales teams scaling outreach. Number 2 is founders building pipeline. And number 3 was agencies growing accounts. Very, very simple. And if you see that your industry or that you have been called out to, all of a sudden the post feels like 10 times more relevant to you. It's like, oh, this is specialized for me. But the way we've done it is we're picking these broad industries where it's very likely that you are in one of them and that it does become specialized to one of you. And again, here we just have the call to action. This is just key for any lead magnet. You basically just want to make sure that you have a comment with a pretty short word, I would say. Usually I'd recommend like under 7 letters, but that's just in terms of like, we don't want to make it too high friction where it genuinely takes them like time to type out the comment and maybe they stop, maybe they just forget, whatever it might be. You also need to make sure that you are connected with people because otherwise you can't DM them the resource. And this also means that you will get followers at the same time because everybody that is connected with you ends up following you, which means they're going to see your future posts, which means later on you can post nurturing content like case studies, you can post personal stories, you can post value, and just build trust with all of this new audience that you've got. And we have just a second call to action. I would usually recommend either adding in some urgency or some scarcity or something like this, where we're essentially just trying to maximize our engagement, like repost for priority access. I'm more than happy to send a resource straight away to anyone who reposts it because that's them directly endorsing it. Pillar 3 is the preview media. There's 3 formats working super well right now. So for this post about the AI SDR, this was the image used. So it was an image of the AI SDR actually having a conversation. Now, this specific format, we call it just a laptop pic, pretty self-explanatory. You could have a laptop pic of your resource. You could have a laptop pic. This works well, very, very well with software specifically. A laptop pic simply of your landing page, like literally just of your landing page, picture of your laptop. It also works really well if, for example, in your software, you have your value prop like in the headline, because they'll be able to see that really easily. And if that accompanies the hook and if that aligns with the resource, it's going to work even better. So this is really good for software, or if you're giving away like something like an AI agent as well, that's cool. Or anything along those lines is really good. But if you're giving away like a document, specifically a Notion document where you can see all of the pages, you can see Kyle's done it really well here. It's really good for you to just have a screenshot of the homepage where you can essentially preview all of the titles of the pages and everything that's going to be in it. Like you can really easily see everything that's going to be covered, and it looks super high value and it looks super easy. It's really easy to understand. So, and Notion also is just a trend. Like Notion's just a trending app. Everyone's talking about it. Why not use that to your advantage? So this is really good for Notion documents. And then for anything else, like whether you're giving away prompts, videos, whether you're giving really anything, like this can go for anything. Essentially, it's a screenshot of results. In this case, I was giving away a prompt. I basically had a screenshot of 870K impressions in 7 days, as well as the trend, which was like GPT-5 that I just released that week. So I was playing not only on the trend of the AI, but I was also playing on the results. And when you do these results screenshots, I would try and make it somewhat accompany the hook. So you can see here, I mentioned GPT-5. GPT-5, you can see here, like it's GPT-5, it's accompanying the hook because I mentioned that in the hook. And then also like ghostwriting agencies, it's relevant to impressions, because that's when I think about ghostwriting agencies, I start thinking about views, I start thinking about likes and all of this kind of stuff. And I've got that perfectly there to accompany it. I will say, like, if you are giving away prompts or something about a new AI model, you could literally get away with not even having any results and literally just having this image of the new AI model. And just because they're going to see that, it's going to look new to them. And it's just the hot topic right now. Like, anything you do around it will just go viral. In terms of how many of these lead magnets you need to do 1 to 2 every week. If you cannot do 1 to 2 every week, you should not be doing lead magnets. Like, you need to be able to test them fast. I know some people don't have time for this, or they just want to save time on this, which is why me and my team have also got a done for you offer where we will literally create 8 ready to go viral lead magnets, just completely done for you every single month. If you are interested, click the first link in the description. But 1 to 2x a week is the optimum and probably the minimum if you really want to grow from them, because you need to be able to test out formats. You need to be able to test out concepts. You need to be able to test out resources. You need to test out hooks. And also when there is these short-term trends like GPT-5, we need to be able to hop on them as soon as they come out, because it's a short-term tactic. It's not evergreen. It's short-term, but it arguably has the most potential. We had posts about GPT-4 when it just came out, get 12,000 comments, literally the most viral lead magnet on all of LinkedIn. If that doesn't show you the power of it, I don't know what does. So anyways, if you do want us to handle this for you, again, feel free to click the first link in the description. But if you do want to do it yourself, again, just follow this framework, follow all the steps I've outlined in this video. And if you post 1 to 2 times a week, I have no doubt that you will get results within the first month super easily. Have a great day, guys, and enjoy.